Excited about that. Okay. Well, welcome to our classroom. As I'm sure Mrs. Nundell has mentioned to you, one of our school motto this year is Dream Big. So we were hoping that you would share with us your big dreams and maybe the places that they led you to. And then we have prepared a few questions as well. Some of them are some good ones too, so I hope you're ready.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, good morning, everybody.
Good morning, Mr. Markell.
Well, thank you.
That's the best welcome he gets.
Good morning, Mr. Markell.
Wow, you're making me feel very welcome. And I want to introduce Megan, who works with me, and she helps me on a whole bunch of issues, especially around education. And her first day on the job was yesterday. So she's with me this morning, just getting a sense of what I do when I visit schools. But when I think about my big dreams, they changed a lot when I was a teenager. I'll have to say, when I was your age, my big dream was that maybe I could be a professional athlete. And I loved to play baseball and basketball. But the truth was, I wasn't good enough to be a professional athlete. And so I started to work harder in my classes. But I had something that happened when I was about 17. And that's when my dreams really started to change. And what happened was although I was supposed to be, I went to Newark High School, which is not too far from here. And the summer after I was in 11th grade, so I was 16 years old at the time, my mom and dad told me that I wasn't going to be able to attend Newark High School for my senior year because my dad got a job teaching for half of the year in England. You know where England is?
Yeah.
And half of the year in New Zealand. You know where New Zealand is?
Yes.
That is way far away. It's about as far away as you can get. And I wasn't very happy about missing my senior year of high school, but my parents won that battle. And England is really far from New Zealand. They're like England's up here, New Zealand's here, and we spent 6 weeks traveling to get from England to New Zealand. And so we stopped in lots and lots of places. And one of the places that we stopped was India, which is sort of in the middle. And that was really a life-changing experience for me because I saw things that I had never seen before growing up in Delaware. And I saw a level of poverty. You know what poverty is?
Yes.
It's when people are really, really poor, when they have absolutely nothing. And honestly, that experience sort of started to change my dream. And my dream is that I would be able to spend my life helping people and helping people live a better life. And that was really ever since, that's been really my dream, is to help people as best I can so that people can lead a better life. Now I also I'm a parent. I have 2 kids. I have a daughter named Molly, and she is 23. And you've been doing your studying, haven't you?
We did a little research.
Okay, and I have a son, Michael, and Michael's 20. And so as a parent, I have dreams that my kids will be healthy and happy. And one of the things that I've had to learn as a parent is that their happiness has to do with what they want and not with what I want. And we're each our own people, and we can try to guide our children, but at some point, our children decide for themselves. And what we all hope for our kids is that you grow up healthy and that you grow up, doing what you want to do, so long as it will keep you safe. And so I have great dreams for them. And I'm married. Does anybody know when I met my wife? You go ahead.
You know.
Yeah, Carla. Her name's Carla. But we met in kindergarten.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Gosh.
And that's a long time ago. And so I also dream about what our future might be together, and that we both stay healthy for a long time and can live happily together. So those are really my main dreams. I have little dreams too, like I'd like to ride my bike across the country and things like that, but those aren't really as big as some of the other dreams.
All dreams are good dreams.
Yeah, all dreams are good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Would you like to field a few questions?
Of course.
All right. First one is quite the doozy. Make sure you use your voice.
What are you doing about trying to stop the drugs in our state that is terrifying for the
Yeah, you know, this is such an important question. And the fact that a 5th grader is asking that question shows what a big deal this is. And so, you want me to stand somewhere?
No, it doesn't matter. We just want to make sure we get you on there.
Okay, so this is so tragic because we lose in Delaware somebody every other day to an overdose. You know what an overdose is?
Yeah. Yes.
So, what we're doing about it, there's actually quite a lot. But I'm reading a book right now, which you might be interested in. It's called Dreamland. I don't know, have you heard about it?
Oh, Dave Hughes was just telling me about it. It's on my list now.
Yeah, I think Carla told him about
Okay.
it. Yeah. So, one of the most important things that we have to do about drugs, and this is actually something that Megan has worked on too, because she used to work in the legislature. You attended a conference in Atlanta about this, right? And she's done a lot of work. So one of the big issues is we have to change our thinking about addiction. Do you know what addiction means?
Yes.
We have to change our thinking and try to get away from thinking about addiction as a crime and thinking about it as a health issue instead. And do you understand what I'm saying? If you don't understand what I'm saying, just raise your hand. And so what that means is we have to do a better job of getting people treatment. And so we're actually putting quite a bit of money into increasing the treatment options in Delaware. And it's sort of across the board. And what that means, sometimes people go to get treatment and they have to go into what's called a residential treatment, so a place that they might live for 30 or 60 days. Other places, other times, they might just go for, a week. And so we want to make sure that there's a whole range of treatment options. That's one thing. And another thing that we're doing, there's a new drug which will help if somebody has an overdose. There's a new drug which can actually keep that person alive if we can get to them quickly enough, and that's called naloxone. That's the name of the drug. And so thanks to the help of some wonderful people in Delaware who have lost their own children to drugs, they've come together to work with us to try to make a difference. And so those are a couple of the things we're doing. But the other thing that I think is, and I'm so glad that you asked that question, because one of the most important things we can do is have really honest conversations with kids of your age. Because the best thing we can do, I'm talking about treatment, and I'm talking about drugs which will reverse the effects of an overdose. You know what the best option is of all? Is when our young people choose not even to go down that path. And so education and early intervention and helping kids like you understand the dangers. There's very little, sometimes, in fact all the time, you have to make decisions like every day. At your age, you're making decisions every day about how you're going to spend your time. And you get home and let's say you got some homework, and sometimes you might think, I really don't feel like doing my homework today. And you say, I'm not going to do my homework. And if you do that, it might feel good for a little while because maybe you get to, watch your favorite TV show. But when you get to school the next day, there's a consequence for not having done your homework. You make a decision, sometimes about what you eat. Am I going to eat something healthy that's going to make me feel good for a long time? Or am I going to eat something that's not very healthy and I might like the way it tastes for 5 minutes, but then I'm going to regret it afterwards?